Michael George Ansara was an American stage, screen, and voice actor. He portrayed Cochise in the television series Broken Arrow, Kane in the 1979-1981 series Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, Commander Kang in 3 episodes of the Star Trek television series, Deputy U.S. Marshal Sam Buckhart in the NBC series Law of the Plainsman, and provided the voice for Mr. Freeze in Batman, the animated series and several of its spin-offs. Ansara received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for his work in the television industry, located at 6666 Hollywood Boulevard. Early life. Michael George Ansara was born in a small village in the Mandate for Syria and the Lebanon, and his family emigrated to the United States when he was 2 years old. He was of Lebanese descent. They lived in Lowell, Massachusetts, for a decade before moving to California. He originally wanted to be a physician, but developed a passion for becoming a performer after he began taking acting classes at Pasadena Playhouse to overcome his shyness. He was educated at Los Angeles City College, from which Ansara earned an Associate of Arts degree. Ansara served as a medic in the Army during World War II. Career. Early work. During the 1950s, Ansara appeared in several episodes of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. He appeared in a 1951 episode of The Lone Ranger titled Trouble at Black Rock. In 1953, he appeared as Pindarus in Joseph Mankiewicz's big-screen adaptation of Julius Caesar, with Marlon Brando, James Mason, and John Gielgud. However, the popular television series Broken Arrow, wherein he played the lead role of Cochise, raised Ansara's profile and made him a household name. While making the series, the 20th Century Fox publicity department arranged a date between Ansara and actress Barbara Eden. The two later married, and Ansara guest starred on Eden's sitcom I Dream of Jeannie as the Blue Djinn. He also played King Kamehameha in the Genie episode The Battle of Waikiki, and in the final season, he played Major Biff Jellicoe in the episode My Sister, the Homewrecker. Ansara and Eden divorced in 1974. The couple had one son together, actor Matthew Ansara, who died on June 25, 2001, of a heroin overdose. Ansara starred in his own ABC TV series, Law of the Plainsman, with Gina Gillespie and Robert Harland. He performed as an Apache Indian named Sam Buckhart, who had been appointed as a U.S. Marshal. The series began as an episode of The Rifleman. Ansara also played in biblical epics, The Robe as Judas Iscariot, The Ten Commandments as a taskmaster, and The Greatest Story Ever Told as Herod's commander. He also appeared as Belshazzar in Columbia's 1953 movie Slaves of Babylon. Later career. In 1961, Ansara played the role of Miguel Alvarez in the film Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, co-starring with Barbara Eden and Walter Pidgeon, who played the role of Admiral Harriman Nelson. Ansara later appeared in an episode of the television series Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, playing the rebel sub-commander Captain Ruiz in Killers of the Deep. He also appeared in the episode Hotline as a Soviet scientist who disarms a defective Soviet atomic satellite that has crashed off the coast of California, and he appeared as Carl in the episode Night Visitors of the NBC anthology series The Barbara Stanwyck Show. In 1962, he starred in a Broadway show with the silent film actor Ramon Novarro. In 1964, he made his only guest appearance on Perry Mason as Vince Cabot in The Case of the Antic Angel. Also that year, he played the lead character of Carlo, the soldier, in an episode of The Outer Limits. It opened the second season of shows on September 19, 1964, and was written by acclaimed fantasy writer and novelist Harlan Ellison, adapting it from his short story Soldier from Tomorrow. He starred in a supporting role in the 1965 Elvis Presley film, Harem Scarum. His wife, Barbara Eden, had starred in an earlier Elvis film, 1960's Flaming Star. Ansara played the ruler on episode 22, The Challenge, of the television series Lost in Space with a young Kurt Russell as his son Quano. Later that same year, Ansara appeared in the feature film Texas Across the River with Dean Martin. He also appeared on Daniel Boone as Red Sky in a 1966 episode. In another 1966 episode of that series, Ansara portrayed Sebastian Drake. He played two different characters in 2 episodes of the 1966 science fiction television series The Time Tunnel, Colonel Ruda in episode number 11 and the Curator in episode number 28. Ansara continued appearing in guest starring roles on television, including The Savage Street, a 1967 episode of the ABC action drama series The Fugitive, On a Clear Night You Can See Earth, a 1969 episode of the ABC TV series Land of the Giants, and The Western, the penultimate episode of the original CBS television series Mission Impossible, which aired in 1973. In 1976, Ansara starred in the movie Muhammad, Messenger of God, about the origin of Islam and the message of Prophet Muhammad. In 1978, he starred in the acclaimed miniseries Centennial, based on the novel by James A. Michener. Ansara played the Indian leader Lame Beaver, whose descendants are showcased throughout the centuries alongside the growth of the West and the town that the novel and miniseries are named after. Ansara played the recurring role of Killer Kane in the 1979 to 1980 season of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. He narrated Paul Goebel's The Gift of the Sacred Dog at Crow Agency, Montana, on June 17, 1983, and Sheila McGill Callahan's And Still the Turtle watched on October 21, 1993, on the PBS series Reading Rainbow. In 1988, Ansara appeared in an episode of the television series Murder, She Wrote titled The Last Flight of the Dixie Damsel. In 1992, he voiced Mr. Freeze in the Batman, the animated series episode Heart of Ice, and won critical acclaim for his performance as the iconic villain. He went on to voice Mr. Freeze in the animated film Batman and Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero, an episode of both the new Batman Adventures and Batman Beyond, and the video game Batman, Vengeance. In 1994, Ansara portrayed the technomage Elric in the Babylon 5 episode The Geometry of Shadows. Star Trek. He is one of 9 actors to play the same character on 3 Star Trek television series, the original series, Deep Space Nine and Voyager. Awards and honors. Ansara was nominated for a Saturn Award, and has won a Western Heritage Award for Rawhide. On February 8, 1960, Ansara received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for his work in the television industry, located at 6666 Hollywood Boulevard. Personal life and death. Ansara was married 3 times, first to actress Jean Byron in 1955, the couple divorced in 1956. In 1958, Ansara married Barbara Eden, who co-starred with him in Irwin Allen's Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. The couple had a son named Matthew Ansara born in 1965. Ansara and Eden divorced in 1974, and he married actress Beverly Kushida in 1977. On June 25, 2001, his son Matthew died from a drug overdose in Monrovia, California. Ansara was a Greek Orthodox Christian. Ansara died from complications of Alzheimer's disease at his home in Calabasas on July 31, 2013, at the age of 91. His interment is at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills of Los Angeles, next to his son Matthew.